A ver, ¿qué nos depara en esta misión?
This is a private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madam Carlyle. Please wait. Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madam Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor.
See what the hell that was?
Absolutely. Thumbs up,
I
mate.
wonder what that was. Yeah, you're the man.
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Please do.
If you'd follow me. I know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary. And all this security. I've never seen a place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all.
Bueno, ya la cagué. Así que tengo que empezar de nuevo.
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Reverend Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children.
This is a private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait. Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned...
Good job.
Oh, fuck! Can somebody help me? Please, someone help me over here. Some bad shit is going down. You need to do something.
Everyone calm down. What's going on here?
Someone is acting up. He needs to be set straight before he hurts someone.
Step back. I'll go and check. Affirmative command. I will commence banding and tapping your signals. Over.
How are you, sir? I will have to pat you down if you intend to enter this area, sir. Won't take a second, sir. Thank you for your cooperation, sir. Please proceed.
Sup?
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madam Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments, or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir. I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all.
How are you?
So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47? Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
I don't know.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Patrick Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexia used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my...
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like... like him. He could have done it.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office. Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident.
Painkillers.
And 47,
Lethal if you use
the
enough of
handwriting
them.
doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself. But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
I need to stop thinking about Emma all the time, but she just makes me so angry.
What is it?
She scolded Mary for not making the bed the way she was supposed to.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for
Oh,
last night?
lo estoy diciendo
This
Renan.
business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Yes, hi, Cassie. It's me again. Edward. I know I'm not supposed to be
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else you want to know?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. How do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort overstaying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and Mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is that all? Not very thorough.
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Please stay back.
Bueno, lo que iba a decir es que no lo hice en orden, pero bueno, ya está, lo completamos. Ahora falta otras cosas más y vamos con la misión de llevar a Alexa.
Why waste away in front of the books when he can play like that? That music makes my heart soar.
Quite the poet. But you're right. It's beautiful.
I should have got that on woman. Too busy for my taste.
Tell me.
She turned up and demanded to be put up in Madame Carlyle's bedroom.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to.
When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
He died almost 50 years ago.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out, and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
How are things coming along inside? Is everything ready for tomorrow?
Fate funeral tomorrow. Zachary found dead upstairs today. Death is everywhere.
Bueno, ahora sí terminamos todo, tenemos que ir a las habitaciones. Y ahí sí podemos hablar con Finsby y ir con Alexa.
Same.
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room.
Hello, sir.
Well, what did you find?
Aaron Ford Jr. calling from Morgan, Yates & Cohn. I need to get a listing of asset transfers from the Carlisle account HTC depot number 5085. No, I need it immediately. Yes, I'll hold.
You're trespassing.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47. This is Rebecca's room. I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
Greetings, sir.
Greetings, sir.
Sorry, sir, can't let you through here. Not happening. You're trespassing. Please turn around, sir. That's good, sir. Keep walking. There's nothing here.
the poet. But you're right.
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one.
Life can be tough sometimes.
And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlyle must believe Zachary was murdered. Why else ask him to snoop around? I feel weak in my knees from all the tension here.
We'll all need a vacation when this is over.
Bad news, I'm afraid. We don't have any extra fuses. Ethel looked everywhere.
You've got to be kidding me. No power, no portrait.
Oh, Madame Carlyle will be furious. She expects the family photo to be done any moment now.
So, Madame Carlyle wants a picture taken. If you were to assist with the missing fuse, I'm sure the portrait would be one for the ages.
I need this shoot to happen, okay? And I need it to be perfect.
I guess we could do that.
I'll finish getting out.
I don't believe for a second Zachary committed suicide. That's just run through his plan.
Broken lab equipment. It looks like it was recently used, though.
I'd say worried about how things will be handled with Gregory and Emma taking over. But let me say this, for Esther, Emma will turn out the first chance she got. Now we'll never know.
Can you just stand up, please? Maybe I just ask her out. Let's show her in.
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
How are you today, sir? Hello there, sir.
Not that I know of, no.
I need to keep an eye out, you know, stay on top of things like that.
This is Madame Carlyle's office. Please step inside.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat. Please, go ahead.
¿Por qué no puedo acusar a Emma? Sacó un...
The butler, Mr. Fernsby, killed
Bueno,
Zachary.
Fernsby?
voy a ver qué onda.
Oh, you've got that wrong. He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have
Pero que
ever
tenía que
met.
ver.
I found pills in his office that
Aunque haya
matches the
varias opciones
poison
para
that
hacer
killed your
las
brother.
misiones, tengo que ver
Furthermore,
si lo hice bien o no.
I found Zachary's notebook, half burned, in Mr. Fernsby's fireplace. It showed that Zachary intended to publish a written confession to a murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I'm sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward, have you considered an amount?
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Me salió bien, me salió bien.
The constant. But that must mean you're... I expected you'd show up. But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose. You can have it. You earned it. The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting. I need some privacy. Thank you.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle.
Mary is so upset.
She's never seen a dead body before.
Poor thing.
Alexa back from the dead, a make-believe funeral, a murder mystery. Oh, all too much.
Can you please sit down again?
Yes.
If I could just think of something interesting to say I'm not sure I've seen you before.
Whoa there!
Do not move another muscle.
What are you trying to be?
That get up ain't working. You can't fool me, bro. Just wait and see.
Excuse me, you might be excited, but calm down, please.
Hey! You better get your head out of your ass double quick. There's a guy over there.
What the
clearly
hell
an
is wrong with
imposter.
you?
You must have seen the son of a bitch.
He's in disguise.
Thanks for your help. Why are you wearing that? Who are you? What? Do you think I'm an idiot?
Ah! You fucking... Ah! God damn!
Such a bunch of old junk. Must be 100 years old at least. I feel you are violating my personal space?
Seriously, to step into this century. It's not safe at all. If this was at home, it would be a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Dale, saca la foto, saca la foto, dale, saca la foto, saca la foto, dale, saca la foto.
Can you please sit down again?
Yes.
If I could just think of something interesting to say during the shoot to grab Rebecca's attention. I had planned to offer her comfort, but now that Madame Carlyle isn't dead after all, I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but what's that whole thing about anyway?
Oh, my lips are sealed. Oh, not that I know anything. And you better keep your mouth shut too, if you know what's good for you.
I don't know you. Who are you?
Una bien, te pido una bien.
Stop where you're going. Why are you dressed like that? I don't buy that get-up. Okay, expects the family photo to be done any moment now.
I need this shoot to happen.
So, Madam Carlyle...
I need this shoot to happen, okay? And I need it to be perfect. Everything needs to be ready for the funeral from another. It needs to look good for the family portrait.
I guess we could do that.
Good. I'll finish setting up, and then we'll grab the fuse just before you call down the family.
Good. Yeah, that's a good plan.
Finally, all set up. Will you let the family know, please?
Perfect. They'll be right down.
Hey, back off a bit, would you? No offense, but please get out of my face.
Right ahead, please.
Rebecca Carlyle. I'm Noel Archer, the photographer. It's great to meet you.
Nice to
Si,
meet you too.
si sale todo bien, se viene. Se viene la noche.
Inspiration for photographers and journalists both.
Well, thanks very much.
You know, I just love to show you my portfolio. It's in my car. How about after the shoot?
This is not the best time.
We could set up a meeting. Tuesday, perhaps?
Thank you, no. I have a lot to see to.
Never let him go touch her.
Edward, you can't let Mother get to you like this.
You've always been immune to her.
It's just in front of the fountain.
I'm the youngest. Guess I just flew under the radar when it came to her attention.
I don't think so. She really respects you.
If you just stopped.
I expect you to be quick about the shoot. I have a lot to do today.
Everything is set up and ready to go. I guarantee you'll be happy with the result.
Excellent, 47. Madam Carlyle is on her way down for the family photo shoot. Let's see if any memorable
everyone.
moments will play out in front of
I
the camera.
understand that you have a lot of questions. Please be patient for a little longer. I will address you in the sitting room afterwards. Right, get in position. And let's get this over with. The There's a puddle of water here. Well, never mind. Let's just get this done, shall we?
Chin up, Edward. No one wants to look at that long face.
You're such an idiot, Gregory.
I'm fine, Rebecca.
Fine. You look like a nervous wreck.
Stop bickering.
That's Madame Carlyle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Que no tengo el informe. Oh, tío.
Oh, what? Mother, I'll get help. Someone please, help. Hello? I think something bad is happening. I think something's wrong with Buster.
Did you give the Fitzpatrick token to Madame Carlyle's daughter?
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions.
What do you want? A kiss?
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler?
Now, go have a look-see. Please.
Oh my goodness. Let go of that person now, you horrible man. Help! Oh my god! Please help me! Ah! Armed man! Please help!
You have got to come with me. There's a guy trying to hide a body.
You're kidding me, right?
Como siempre, me olvidé del informe y tengo que hacerlo de nuevo.
We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I'm sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward, have you considered an amount?
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Arthur Edwards, the Constant. But that must mean you're... I expected you'd show up. But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose. You can have it. You earned it. The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting. I need some privacy. Thank you.
Sir.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame
Hello, sir.
Carlyle.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh?
How tall are you? You could be a model, you know.
Right.
I'm serious. I have a friend who's a model. She says that.
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one.
Life can be tough sometimes.
And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlyle must have been exactly murdered. Why else?
I hope it's not wanting me to rehearse the eulogy in front of everybody.
Can you please sit down again?
Yes.
If I could just think of something interesting to say during the shoot to grab Rebecca's attention. I had planned to offer her comfort, but now that Madame Carlyle is dead after all, I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but what's that whole thing about anyway?
Oh, my lips are sealed. Not that I know anything. And you better keep your mouth shut too if you know what's good for you.
family know, please?
Perfect. They'll be right down.
How you been?
Can't wait for this weekend to end. You know, you're witnessing something quite special. Your grandmother putting on such a show. How exciting. Wish I didn't have to perform. It's such a
Down
joke.
by the fountain.
The whole fake funeral tomorrow. It is, isn't it?
Rebecca Carlyle. I'm Noel Archer, the photographer.
Back in order.
Great to meet you.
That's what she does.
Nice to meet you too.
Precise order.
I really admire
Never
your
letting
work.
go.
I expect you to be quick about the shoot. I have a lot to do today.
Everything is set up and ready to go. I guarantee you'll be happy with the result.
Excellent, 47. Madame Carlyle is on her way down for the family photo shoot. Let's see if any memorable moments will play out in front of the camera.
Let's wait for everyone to show up. Right, get in position. And let's get this over with. There's a puddle of water here. Well, never mind. Let's just get this done, shall we?
Chin up, Edward. No one wants to look at that long face.
You're such an idiot, Gregory.
I'm fine, Rebecca.
Fine. You look like a nervous wreck.
Stop bickering.
Hey, listen. You had an
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
Glad I wasn't in when Madame Carlyle showed up this morning. I'm sure my heart would have jumped right out of my chest.
I can believe that. What a surprise it was.
And the family has to pretend she's still dead. Some of them are not happy about that at all. Madame is a mysterious one. Public name.
47. They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!